if you've realized like that you are not happy where you're at, or maybe you are still praying for things and you're not seeing it come to pass, I just want to remind you that there is life, there is power, there is authority that God has given you. Hey my loves, my name is Felicia Morgan and welcome to my channel. If it is your first time being here, thank you so much for joining me, and if you are coming back, it is good to see you again. So today I wanted to talk about prophesying your life, speaking life into your life. If you've realized like that you are not happy where you're at, or maybe you are still praying for things and you're not seeing it come to pass, I just want to remind you that there is life, there is power, there is authority that God has given you. And so death and life are in the power of the tongue. Use your words to speak life into your life. Use your words to speak power into your life. Use your words to speak the authority that God has given you. Remind God of the things that He said about your life. Remind God of the things that He promised you and speak them into being. Now, I'm not talking about speak a Bentley into your life. You know, if you're into that type of thing, I'm not talking about that though. Okay, I'm talking about, what did God show you? What is the vision that God showed you? Because if you're at a place in your life where maybe you feel weary, you're tired, you don't like where you're at, remind God of what He said about your life. Remind yourself of what He said about your life. Remind yourself about the things that He said that He was going to bring to pass. Those material things are nice, but God's blessings are so much bigger than that. It's I believe it's Hebrews 11 verse 1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So just because you don't see it now, just because maybe it's taken a long time, does not mean it's not going to happen. But what you can do in the meantime, as you continue to prepare, as you continue to grow, as you continue to mature to become the person to handle those things, is continue to speak it, continue to call it out. Continue to say what God showed you. Continue to say what God promised you. And eventually it will come to pass. It might look different than, shed yourself of the expectations that you have. But God said something about your life. God showed you something about your gifts. God showed you something about your calling. Continue to speak it out. Praise it out. And when you start to focus on what He said is going to happen in your life, you'll stop focusing on what you lack. You'll stop focusing on what you don't have. You'll stop focusing on what you don't like about your life. And you'll start thinking about, how can I set the atmosphere now? This is my minute. Like, if He told you that you're going to speak to thousands, stadiums of people, well, speak life into those people now. And when you start to remind yourself, like He said I was going to do this, you'll start to find those little moments where you can build yourself up in the now, in the moment now. So don't take it lightly that God has shown you some things. Don't just push to the side that vision. Don't think it's not going to come to pass. Don't get discouraged. Instead, encourage yourself. Prophesy. Speak life. And remember that if you are still living and breathing, God's promises are going to come to pass. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video before you leave and subscribe if you haven't, so that you can know the next time that I pop up. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.